Toward the south of Liberia's capital in Monrovia, 65 chimpanzees are spread across 6 uninhabited river islands. Now, these chimps had been a part of a group of about 400 test subjects in a US-funded research project. They have suffered decades of invasive experiments. Some of the chimpanzees were put through several biopsies. Now, these former lab chimps enjoy a much more peaceful life. They get veterinary care and 2 meals a day, but many are still scarred by their brutal past.
Chimp testing began in Liberia in 1974, when the New York Blood Center, known as NYBC, funded biomedical research related to hepatitis B and other diseases. During Liberia's devastating 1989 to 2003 civil war, these chimpanzees almost starved to death. Research staff had to dig into their own pockets to feed the chimps.
They were subjected to a lot of invasive procedures, which included taking biopsies. Some of the chimps you're seeing here were probably in their lifetime, the time they're doing research, could have experienced about 400 biopsies, meaning they were anesthetized 400 times, meaning they were terrified 400 times, meaning they probably got depressed 400 times.
And to make matters worse for the chimps, the NYBC cut funding in 2015, abandoning the chimps on the islands. This action triggered global outrage. Animal rights activists and Hollywood celebrities like Joaquin Phoenix and Ellen Page signed a petition urging the blood bank to restore funding. Brian Hare, a US-based primatologist who launched the petition, wrote at that time, and I quote, "Effectively, they have left these poor chimpanzees to suffer from dehydration and starvation." During this time, local staff at the research center helped the chimps. This was when the Ebola pandemic was raging in Liberia. Human rights group and the US financial giant Citigroup also provided relief funds for the chimps. Eventually, the NYBC signed an agreement to split the long-term care costs for the chimps with the Humane Society in 2017. And they further pledged a $6 million.
You know, we cannot release them back in the wild because of all the tests that were done on them. They could have a devastating effect on conservation of other chimps, free-ranging chimps or wild chimps.
Now, caretakers prepare food amounting to 10 tons a month for the chimps. According to Richard, the chimps cannot be released into the wild. He estimates that their lifelong care will last some 50 years. Still, they are in a better place. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.